Hey everyone, I'm Phable and this is my review of the HEDD Type 05 or HEDD Type 5, however you want to call them. The HEDD Type 5 are near-field monitors from a fairly new German company called HEDD. But before we start with the review, I want to make something very clear about monitors in general. First, monitors are very subjective, and I know that sounds strange at first, but depending on the music that you are making and mixing, different monitors might suit you better than others. For example, I have a lot of friends that are mixing old school boom bap hip hop, and they use very old, very mid-rangey speakers. I would never use them on dance music, pop music, or anything else, to be honest, but they use them for their hip hop sounds. And when I listen to the songs on other systems or in my car, they translate perfectly. They are just exactly what you need for that type of music. And that is true for a lot of different gear and also for speakers. Depending on your taste and your music, some monitors might enhance the qualities of the audio material that you have better than others. Be aware of that fact. Number 2. Speakers sound different in different rooms. Depending on the acoustics and the room treatment of your studio, monitors will sound differently. And that's because there are a lot of physics going on that I won't explain here right now. But believe me, when you have a treated room, your monitors will sound way better. So it's sometimes more intelligent to spend a lot more money on room treatment than on monitors. Here in my living room, I haven't treated it at all. I know, but I will do this, and I had the HEDD Type 5 now for probably more than a year, and I've had them in 3 different studios, so I know how they react to different rooms and how they sound in different rooms. Number 3. It is better to have one speaker that you know inside out than having 3 speakers that you don't know at all. Listen to your monitors as much as you can. I had the HEDD Type 5 for over 1.5 years, and I listened everything on them, from pop, rock, hip hop, to even podcasts and television. I really tried everything on them to understand how they work, how they interpret different room information sounds, and how they layer and how the room information is in general. That is really important, and how the bass frequency response is, because monitors have different transient responses and different room responses, and you need to understand what is going on to be really sure when you are mixing that you are actually having a great mix. So really know your speakers, and it's not important that they are expensive speakers. Just as I said before, treat your room, have some really decent speakers. You can get them now for under 1,000 euros and just listen to them inside out. And if your material is perfect, in the best scenario, at the end of the supply chain, you already have a mastering engineer that you know, so he will make the final changes to the overall sound and balance everything out. And number 4, room correction is key. There is a great debate on whether or not to use DSPs for room correction, but I can say that in many situations, DSP effects are great for monitors. I personally use Sonarworks Reference. I use this system now for probably 2 years now, and they enhanced my mixing situation. I can't describe how good it is. So I will probably do a review about Sonarworks as well, but in general, room correction is really important, because most rooms that you are in, they are not built for studios. So you have to do some acoustic treatments and also some DSP correction to have a really balanced sound. You will never get to 100%, but that's not that's not relevant, because most people that will buy your music have no good rooms either. So in the end, if there is a 10% loss in quality overall, no one has these perfectly treated rooms except for 1% of the mixing engineers. So be aware that there will be always some trade-offs. Do I like the HEDD Type 5? Short answer is yes, I adore them. Best and tightest bass response for such a small speaker. I mean, we're talking about 5.5 inches here. The bass is so tight, my neighbors hate me sometimes when I crank up these bad boys. It's brilliant. Actually, I think I have to change them and bring them back to my to my old studio and use something different in my living room, because the bass is too good and I already have to turn down the bass, and then you change the characteristics of the bass in this room. Everyone that I showed the HEDD Type 5 was very surprised about the bass response. And it's not a lot of bass necessarily, but it's really tight and precise. And especially for electronic dance music, that is important. I can hear the kick drum and the sub on the same time, and I know what is going on. And that is the next thing that I really love about the Type 5. It's the room information. Because of the design of the tweeter, you can really hear actually not only stereo, but it's somewhat three-dimensional, the sound. I can really hear what is going on in the depth of the audio material. That is really amazing. I had some other companies before, especially Genelex, and the room information for me, or to my ears, was always a bit blurry, so to speak. They are perfect for rock and such genres, but I mix jazz on these and also electronic music, and I really like it. I can hear the reverb tail, I can really hear what is going on. The next great thing about the HEDD Type 5 is the top end. And if you think they look a bit like Adam speakers, you're right. The main Adam engineer left Adam and started HEDD. And now he's developing the HEDD Type speakers a bit like Adam, but you can't compare them really. Reason is the new HEDD speakers have a different tweeter design. And that is due to the corner frequency of the tweeter. Old Adam designs were like the tweeter is only responsible for the really highs of the audio spectrum. But now they changed with HEDD the corner frequency to the high mids. So you have way more information in the tweeter, and I really like that. The tweeter now sounds really precise. It's not sterile, it's not clinical, it's hard to describe, but you actually hear what is going on, and that helped me a lot when there were unwanted frequencies in the top end, especially when you have some 909 hi-hats, open hi-hats. I think everyone knows them. Depending on the sample pack and how they have been treated, you can have these like really high sizzly sounds that are just killing the mix, and you can hear them really good on the HEDD Type 5. So I could really turn down the unwanted frequencies really easily and could understand what is going on. I had the feeling like they were always sometimes even better than headphones for like very precise stuff. So yeah, really like them. I would say best speakers for under 1,000 euros, definitely. Try them out, give them a go. I really love them. Another speaker that I have are the Neumann KH128, and they complement each other very well because the Neumann also has these very nice mid-range sound, but it lacks a bit of the bass response, and you can really listen to the bass on these bad boys. I really like them. Check out the HEDD Type 5 for yourself. and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.